Hi, I'm Gianni DeCenzo, and you're watching the Permanent Rain Press.
Hey everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press, and today I am happy to be joined once again by Gianni DeCenzo. How's it going?
It's going pretty great, actually. I'm really excited that season four finally came out, man. I was so happy that people watched the entire thing in like one day. Just to see so many people love it that much that they can binge the whole thing. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a really good binge watch, and it's always like a waiting game, right? You film it, and then you have no idea when it's coming out, and so you basically might find out when the rest of the world does when Netflix finally releases the teasers.
No, I would say like I find out like maybe a week in advance. I'm basically with the audience, I'm like I'm waiting just as anxiously as everyone else because I want to see how it turned out. I kind of get to like see, yeah, when we're filming it, but I don't actually know like what it's gonna look like the day of. So yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, you're not privy to the final cut.
Yeah, no, I'm not in the editing room calling the shots. I don't get to do that. One
Maybe
day.
one day. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. There we go.
So before we jump into talking about season four, you've been busy. I wanted to talk about meet and greets because you've done a few over the past year. You were at Canal Park in Ohio, Rhode Island Comic Con with the Cobra Kai crew in November. What's it been like that in-person interaction once again?
It's been crazy. I mean, I had never done a Comic-Con before those two events. It's really cool to see. I had never been to like a Comic-Con, even just visiting. So getting to meet all those people, and yeah, like you said, with COVID, we haven't had the chance to really meet as many fans as we would have, in a non-COVID world just walking by. But yeah, it's so cool to get to see so many fans and get to meet people. I get to talk to them. With my character, I get a lot of people saying like, oh, how it inspired them to kind of maybe come out of their shell and find confidence in who they are. Because, I mean, that's kind of who Dimitri is. His whole journey is realizing that he doesn't have to play the long game. He can be confident in who he is now. And it's just awesome getting to see that that really helped people. I never thought that I'd be inspiring people, but yeah, it's great that that's kind of a side effect of getting to play this character.
That's definitely one of the things I think that resonates most with people is in Dimitri. And you've also gotten to meet people who create like YouTube videos on Cobra Kai pretty religiously. So what's that been like for them to approach you? And maybe you've seen some of these people's videos. I saw it was Cobra Kai Kid was there. So that must have been like really cool because they're a fan and you're probably a fan of the work that they put into the show as well.
No, it was honestly when yeah, Drew Cobra Kai Kid, when he came to one of the Comic Cons, it was almost like he was like the celebrity and we were all getting to meet him in person. I was like, "Oh my God, hey, it's you." Yeah, I had never met him before that day, and yeah, I still have to do an interview with him, but yeah, he's a really cool dude. It really was like, oh my God, it's the Karate Kid. Kind of, yeah. It was
Yeah.
really fun.
And these people have been supporting the show since day one, so it's always nice to see them face to face. Now let's get into the season. We will give a spoiler warning for all those watching. Please make sure you're all caught up on season four on Netflix before continuing this interview. How amusing is it to watch the back and forth between Ralph and William and their characters and their conflicting teaching styles?
It's really cool. I got to see like the premiere. We did a little virtual premiere of episode one, and it in that episode in particular, they really are like a married couple, like going through a divorce kind of. They're like, how do we tell the kids that we just can't work it out together? And it's like you guys are just yeah, one big married couple. And they're both such great actors. I love both of their processes when they're filming it. They just really bring their characters to life. So getting to see like their back and forth, like it, it's almost like what is it? Ross and Rachel, will they, won't they? But instead of like ending up together and raising a family, they're raising a dojo and fighting for the valley. So yeah, I love seeing that. I think the writers and the creators of the show did a really good job with that. relationship is so fun.
That's pretty spot on with the parents. I was also going to mention like they always get into like these petty arguments, and a lot of the times it's the kids know best. In this
Yeah.
case, they're the students of the dojos. They seem to have a better understanding of kind of what's going on. Why are you doing this? Watching them fight each other on the Okinawan sparring deck. How unbelievable was that match to witness going
That
into
was
set that night?
That was awesome. So, I think that was we were called in from 6 p.m. to I think 6 a.m. It was like it was one of those days, and it was, kind of freezing cold. So we're all just getting by, and then they get up and they do their thing, and that like just completely, I didn't even realize it was like 2 in the morning and I was freezing cold. I was just so captivated by what they were doing. They really are the experts. Like, a lot of the stunts, I would say like 90% of them, they are doing, with the exception of maybe falling down a flight of stairs. But even then, Sholo, he got in the harness and he did like the slow-mo shot. But yeah, we do like 90% of our own stuff, and just getting to see like the OG karate people do their fight scene together, it's like, well, this is amazing. I love seeing that. I love being a part of a show that has so much action in it that allows the actors to actually get involved in the whole thing. Yeah, it was so cool getting to see them do it. They're yeah, professionals.
How many takes did it take to have the final blow hit at the same time and them falling in unison?
Yeah, I honestly don't think it took many takes. I think we had like one, and then we always have like a safety take, and then just different angles. I would say they were pretty well timed up. They were like really well synced. And honestly, I don't think they had that much time to really rehearse it. I think that's just kind of their innate karate skills. Who
The
knows? Maybe one day I'll get
professionals
there.
doing their
Yeah,
job, right?
they just got it wired in. Yeah, they're just ready to go. Love that. Yeah, I can't wait to do that myself.
Hopefully we get to see it in the future. But I would say Dimitri's kind of like second in command at Miyagi-Do behind Sam and obviously Sensei. And I love that over the past couple of seasons, like we've gotten to see Dimitri and Sam's relationship exist, not just at the dojo, like they support each other, they're friends at school now. What do you think, like what does Dimitri see in Sam that makes her a good leader?
Well, first of all, I think it is really interesting, like their relationship evolving. Like season one, she just brushed past him and he was like just smelling his shoulder, to now like being, I don't know, kind of her second in command, just like, all right, yes, sir, let's go, let's do this, I'll fight alongside you. I just think that Dimitri, like even though he doesn't necessarily love the fighting, he knows that Sam has the group's best interest in mind. Like she's not gonna intentionally put us in harm's way. She just wants to take care of us. And she's such a good friend. If anybody is, hurt or gets messed with, then she's going to stand up for them. I think it was season 3 when Chris first joins the dojo. And we kind of like have an altercation and he pushes me down. That both Sam and Robbie like come to my aid like super fast. They're ready to fight. And I think it's just like kind of that willingness to put herself like on the front line is something really important in being a leader. You have to be ready to like, be in the fights, take charge. And yeah, I think that's something the Sam character really does well. And Mary, she does such a great job playing the part. I honestly couldn't think of anybody else doing it. I would say that for like, yeah, basically everyone. I really could not imagine anyone else playing the parts that everyone plays. It's yeah, we have an awesome cast. They're all great people.
And Mary does play that part so well. And with Sam,
Mm,
she really embraced that fighting spirit. And obviously she took Eagle Fang under kind of
mm.
under her repertoire as well, in addition to Miyagi-Do. Last time we talked, you said that you would find a way to bring the Binary Brothers back in season 4. You did not disappoint. I love the scene in episode 6, though, where Dimitri basically is the one to convince Eli to return to karate and to just be himself. How special was that scene for you and Jacob to film together?
I think it was awesome. I mean, we hadn't really gotten a solo scene together. It's like ever. You know, we especially, in between when Hawk and Dimitri are kind of clashing, we didn't really get to have that many scenes together, and so to kind of work with him a lot more, especially in this whole season, it was awesome. I mean, Jacob's such a great guy. He does an amazing job. The cool thing about acting is that when you have like such a good partner, you just kind of feed off of what they're giving you, and it makes, it made my job 1,000 times easier. And I kind of love just those long speeches that Dimitri gives sometimes, like at the party where he's kind of mocking Hawk at the time. It's just a lot of fun. I love sinking my teeth into that. I really loved throwing the key at his face. That was a lot of fun for me. I don't have very good aim though, so that did take a couple tries. I don't know if we had to do like just a solo take of that, but I was aiming for his face the whole time. So why
Well,
not?
you got it eventually, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got there. It's somewhere. Yeah.
And the Binary Brothers theme song, is there a
Oh
full
yeah.
cut out there? I think people are wondering, the full version needs to be released on YouTube. Tell me about filming that. The guitars look like fun.
They were a lot of fun. You don't want to see the full version. We literally just
I
got
think
in
people
like
do want to see the full version.
yeah, maybe they do. I don't know. We could do it. Honestly, it
Cobra
would be
Kai
kind of cool.
Instagram, release it.
Well, okay, I'll talk to them. We'll get it out there. We'll get it like fully edited. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we just like got into this Matrix-esque outfit. They had like just a bunch of keyboards and guitars and a bunch of different hats and glasses, and then we're just like, okay, pick something. And we're like, okay. So we like took a bunch of different, props. We did some different takes with different things, and then we were like, it was actually right where we filmed the Hawk and Dimitri thing, where I convinced him to come back. We just had like a green screen outside, and we just sat in front of there. And John, one of the creators, he was there, and he was just throwing out ideas like, okay, maybe do this, maybe do that. At one point, we were like just like reciting pi. I was trying to, yeah, 3.14159265358979. I honestly, I don't know if I'm right. I think I have a number wrong in there, but I I was just really excited to be able to do that. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was one of the highlights of the season, I think.
And you two were wearing shades and helmets because you were
Yes.
obviously like 19, 20 filming it, and you were playing. How old were you supposed to be in the actual video?
I mean, I was like 16 in season one, so I think maybe like 15 or 16.
Okay.
I think we were fresh off of our coding camp win. I think that's like we were like, okay, we're the binary bros. We need to like make this official. That's almost like our
We
blood
need to
pact.
solidify it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
that's the
why
word I
they
was looking
filmed the
for.
video.
Yes, that's why it's proof. But we're never gonna show this in public, but we know. That's
I
it.
know it's like the hidden video on his YouTube
Yeah.
account.
Yes, yeah,
So
no, it's privated. No one. My mom commented, just love you, sweetie. Great job. That's it. Thanks, mom. Yeah.
what was your favorite Dimitri line in the whole season?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. I mean, I think I really like obviously I like my whole speech that I gave with Hawk. I don't really think that there is a particular line that I am like amazed with, like that just like really like comes out to me. I think the I don't know if this counts as a line, but when Chris just, kicks me like smack dab in the groin, just my, muffled scream, does that count? Can I say that? Because that was a lot of fun to do. I had to wear like a strap on the inside of my pants so that way he wouldn't actually kick me. And Khalil, who plays Chris, once he found out that I had that strap, he was like, "Oh, okay." And he's just like actually kicking me. And at one point, he actually said, "No, I'm gonna try to kick you. Like I'm gonna try to break it." I'm like, "Please don't," because I'm like all tied up. So if something bad happens, I'm staying there. I can't move. That was definitely one of the scariest parts of season four.
That was a funny scene, I have to say, when he kicked a distracted Johnny and he was like, am I gonna get in trouble? Can we talk about, like, obviously it's the character, but how low was Chris's kick? Like, that was pretty shameful. What was he doing kicking that low?
Oh no, man! I like to chalk it up to, hey, maybe he didn't fully stretch out that day, so he couldn't get his leg that high. But part of me thinks he saw an opportunity and he took it. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's still a little mad at me for making fun of him with the whole fulcrum thing. That could be some. Maybe he's
Could be a reason.
harboring a little hate there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the nickname of Meat came up a couple times
Yes.
during the season. Am I missing something? How did that come about?
Really, no, I think it was just like, as soon as Chris and I kind of worked out our differences, he was just like, "Hey, your name's Dimitri, Dimitri." That's kind of like
Okay.
his nickname for it. Yeah, yeah, I think that's like kind of what it is. And honestly, I kind of like it, that he's like the only one that calls me that. Maybe we'll meet up and play like video games online, and because he calls me that, I'm like, okay, my new screen name is The Meat, although that doesn't
Hopefully
sound
it
right.
sticks though, because I do like the continuity of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
I like the line, "Hey guys, can you believe that they have Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper? Oh,
Oh
not
yeah.
another Rumble." That was totally Dimitri to kind of come in late. So were you actually at that drive-in scene where everyone turned to stare at you? Were you standing? Okay.
No, it was, yeah, like everyone's like, all lined up like that, and I just have to come out from the corner just in full Dimitri, just hi guys, and then just have literally everyone glaring at me. And even though it's just like, it's not real, it's just a scene. I felt that like, this is the wrong time, buddy. And I'm just standing there, I'm like, oh, okay. Another rumble. That's great. Yeah, no, I really do like that line too.
It was a
But
tense moment there.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, no. Sometimes the stares that Dimitri gets, like when he was, analyzing Kreese's tattoo, when I did that scene with Marty Cove, he like he's a really nice guy, but like in that moment, he's staring me down and I was like genuinely scared for my life. Yeah, I have to be on the receiving end of some glares quite a few times.
Take me through the prom scene. I'm thinking that was really fun because you got to dress up for once.
Yeah, no, that was fun. We actually all had to get like measured for our custom outfits, and it was down between like the Pac-Man outfit and kind of like this one that matched me and Hawk. Like there was an idea of us wearing the same thing, but yeah, I know that would have been interesting. But I was really happy that they ended up with like the Pac-Man thing because I feel like that's Dimitri, for those of people like whoever doesn't know, I actually always have like socks that have a different design on them. I don't know if you can ever really see that, but like it's always a different thing. And so it kind of like became the entire suit in that moment. And getting to work with Yasmin, Annalisa, she's so great. It was just a lot of fun because I actually never got senior prom because my senior prom and graduation was right around when COVID first happened and everything kind of locked down. So I was like, okay, this could be like my prom then, and it was kind of awesome. We couldn't drink any of the drinks because they had been sitting around all day, and that would have been gross. But we had a crafty for that, so it was fine.
I think I've heard that before where people say, oh, they missed out on their real kind of school prom. So getting to film it in a show is kind of like a bit of a replacement. The Pac-Man suit jacket was very on brand. And I have to say, it was nice to see Annalisa back. Was there ever a question of whether she'd return? Because she was also kind of prepping for One of Us is Lying around the same time.
I think there was never a question about like her character just because it's such a great character and the whole relationship between her and Dimitri is it's too great not to explore. But I do think yeah there could have been some scheduling conflicts just because Anna just has to go out and film some other things.
Out in
Oh,
New
look at
Zealand.
me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I have to go to New Zealand to film for several months. Okay. All right. That's awesome. Congratulations. But yeah, no, I think that it's such a great character. I would be so sad if there, wasn't any Yasmin Dimitri shipping content. I think they're a power couple.
Definitely. And there's a little Easter egg in their dialogue in season 4 because she says to him, I'll be your admirer from afar. And I was like, I've heard that before. And then I looked back at their scene packs and he used that line kind of on her at the
Mm.
bonfire in season 1. Did you recognize that line immediately?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was definitely like, okay, this is one hell of a callback. See, it makes me wonder like, did she like that line? Or was she like creeped out? Or did I like win her affection and now she looks back on that memory fondly? I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I were like sitting at like a bonfire on the beach and someone walked up to me saying, "Hey, I've been watching you from a distance for years," I might be a little freaked out. I don't know. But I think she's too captivated by Dimitri, the hunk master right there. He's got a way with words, I guess.
Yeah, you can
I
tell
have
that
no
she's
idea.
really into him now. It's really amusing to see, but hey, good for them. Go Dimitri.
Thank you.
He made his mark at All Valley. I love seeing that confidence kind of carry through with the character. Describe that feeling walking onto the mat, with Miyagi-Do under the bright lights at the tournament.
That was crazy. I mean, so we had like everyone in the audience, so it was like just an actual performance. I had to do my weapons demonstration. I worked with commas. Those are the little spinny things, and I honestly trained for that for like 3 months, like the entire time that we were filming. I was like making sure I was just getting down the basics because prior to filming, I had never done that before, like worked with a weapon ever. But luckily, we have such an amazing team that helps us work through things. Yeah, I worked on it nonstop, and I finally went up there. I was so nervous because there were so many eyes on me, and there were other people that had to do their demonstration, so I didn't want to like take a long time doing it. But yeah, no, it was really cool. And then finally getting to fight Robbie, Tanner, he's so good at karate and like the choreography. So to finally kind of go up against him was so cool because I'd never fought him before. Yeah, and it was just so cool getting to be a part of the All Valley tournament now. I was sitting in the stands watching it, wondering, who the hell is into this sort of thing, and now I'm just in it like fully committed, and getting to see Dimitri be so confident in himself during that fight was so much fun. I love playing that side of him.
And we got a last name, Alexopoulos. When
Yes.
you saw it for the first time in the scripts, were you happy? Like, do you think it does Dimitri justice?
So excited. I mean, yeah, the cool thing is it's like we don't really know Dimitri's background at all. Like we don't know his family. I think he has some interesting parents because he's like gotten into so many fights. He's like been all bruised up, broken an arm. His parents are never like, "Hey, what's happening, sweetie?" No, they're just like, "You're fine. Walk it off." He's got some tough parents. I actually have kind of like an idea of what my home life would be like. But actually getting to get a last name is pretty cool. Now
One
all we
step
need,
closer
yeah,
to
yeah,
meeting it.
that's basically like a family, right? That implies that there's someone else there, maybe like a
It's not
parent.
just Dimitri like hiding
Yeah,
in a house by
I
himself.
just, yeah, I didn't just like become, like I didn't just form from the earth, like Timothy Green. I just, yeah, I have a parent. But yeah, I hope, in later seasons, maybe we'll see his parents and home life. I think it would be really cool to see what kind of people would raise someone like Dimitri, you know? That would be interesting.
And obviously accept him for who he is, which is the most important. Carrie Underwood. So Sholo posted the photo. You're holding the wood. Him and Jacob are literally holding Carrie Underwood. How did this come
Yes.
about?
Honestly, I don't even know. I feel so bad for Carrie Underwood. She was a guest on our thing, and we walked up to her and we were like, "Hey, we thought it would be a really good idea if we carried Carrie Underwood under wood." And I think it was just either Jacob or Sholo came up to me and they were like, "Hey, we have this idea. We need you to hold some wood." I'm like, "Okay, what's happening?" And they were like, "Oh no, we're gonna carry Carrie Underwood under wood." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Oh, great." And her bodyguards are good with this? Okay. This is great. She's never going to come back. Love that for us. We're going to get blacklisted. Awesome. No, but I mean, she was such a good sport. She loved it. She honestly, as soon as they like brought it up to them, I had no idea how it was going to play out. They were just like, "Hey, can we do this?" And she was just like, "Okay." It was just so easy. She just wanted to do it. And yeah, no, thank you, Carrie Underwood. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad that that picture exists. It
I
was
love
it
that for
was
you guys.
awesome.
Who needs a normal photo when you can get a photo like that, right?
Yeah, it's so much more. One day we'll get her to sign it.
Next
Yeah.
season, when she comes back to sing the
Yeah.
moment of truth again. Yeah.
She'll come
So
back and she'll carry us under something. She'll carry meat under meat, just like a dead piece of meat. Why not?
just conceptualizing early on, nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah,
Can
we're
we
just brainstorming.
talk about the look that you give or Demetri gives Eli when he throws his gi jacket at him after Robbie takes his off? Because I noticed that and I was like, that's hilarious. Did they give you any kind of cues, like what emotions to go off of?
Just kind of thinking like, Dimitri never took, the Hawk persona seriously, and so I think there's no exception. Like, he loves Eli, but I mean, he still thinks like the Hawk thing is kind of ridiculous. And so when he like takes off his thing, he's like, "Oh, he's got all these abs and stuff, and he's ripped," and he just throws me my gi like his gi like I'm some, I don't know, schoolgirl off to the distance, just like gazing at him. It's just like, okay, throw away. That's good for you, buddy. I think it was just like a definite moment there where it's just obviously like, no, Dimitri would not appreciate that.
Yeah. I
He'd be
feel
very
like
put off.
even with his confidence, like that's not something in his character that he would do. But
Yeah,
I loved on
yeah.
the mat we did get to see Dimitri. He was going like come at me with when he was
Mm.
fighting Robbie, which I liked. Okay, when you heard that they were bringing Stingray back, what was your reaction?
I thought it was awesome. I mean, Stingray he's such a cool character. I mean, it's too bad like kind of what happens to him, but but okay. I mean, Paul who plays Stingray, he's just such an awesome guy. And he's such a comedic character. And I was kind of sad that he wasn't in other, seasons, but he's so busy doing all these movies, which, awesome for him, man. But yeah, I'm really glad that we get to kind of play around with him some more. And who knows, we might see him in later seasons. I can't say anything, but we'll find out. But yeah, he's such an awesome guy, and I would love to work with him on future projects, maybe down the road. So who knows? We'll see what happens.
Paul is comedy, and not gonna lie, I thought that Terry Silver killed him. Like I saw that
Yes.
scene and I was like, is he dead? And then when I saw him come back, I was like, okay, maybe that was a bit too dark to think that, but he was getting pretty badly beat up.
Silver, no, Silver does not play around. He's like the as far as like bad guys that we've had in earlier seasons, he's like one of the most legits. He'll basically kill someone. If pushed to it. I don't think you were far off to think that he was dead because yeah, he almost did die. He could have been just murdered. And honestly, I think Silver would have gotten away with it too. He's got the money, he's got connections. Like this is a new bad guy that we've never had to deal with. He has all this influence and the money to get things done. Kreese, he was scary, but he didn't have those kind of connections. And so seeing them work together now, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
seeing them
terrifying.
work together, or maybe not so much, given how the season
Yeah.
ended, which leads me into my next question. Obviously, lips are sealed because season 5 has already been filmed. But given what we know with Miyagi-Do and Jeopardy and Cobra Kai winning the title of the All Valley, like what are you looking forward to seeing next season?
Looking forward to seeing like I mean obviously Daniel he's a man of his word, so as long as he doesn't know that things are they weren't necessarily won fairly, as long as he doesn't know that, I think he'll hold up his end of the bargain, because he just cares about his students and he cares about the deals he makes. He would want Cobra Kai to honor their end. But I'm just kind of excited to see like Miyagi-Do handle this situation because obviously right now it's very bleak. As of now, Cobra Kai is ruling the valley. They're the dojo, which is kind of the exact opposite that we wanted. We wanted to get rid of them. Now they're the only ones there. So we got a lot on our plate. And yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome for people to see in season 5. I can't say anything without them, hunting me down and kicking the shit out of me.
You know
but,
what would be
but it's
fun
gonna be great.
though? More
Yeah.
double dates because we do see Moon and Eli kind of have they do share a kiss, they have that moment, and we know Demetri and Yasmin are going strong. So I think that that would be nice to see because these are teenagers and they are actually obviously we don't know the time frame, but junior prom, so they're heading into senior year. Miguel mentioned colleges, so they have to start thinking about the future after they graduate, right?
I mean, Dimitri was always kind of like, okay, I got to do the SAT preps. I gotta, I'm gonna get an internship here. I'm gonna become super successful. I'll get a super hot model. But I think ever since, the karate stuff came around, he was like more focused on that. I mean, he still keeps his grades up and everything, but yeah, I think he got a little sidetracked by all this karate stuff. So yeah, they definitely have to start thinking of their future.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they'll
interesting
end up
dilemma there.
yeah, yeah, they'll end up like a, Johnny season one, which, wouldn't be awesome. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it would be really cool to see maybe after the entire series is done, like where are they now? Where are they headed sort of thing. And there's always been mention of spin-offs. I'm not really sure what they would do, but if they were to do something like that, I think it would be cool to see the characters' lives grow.
For
Be
sure.
so
But
cool.
we definitely don't want to say goodbye to these characters yet. I think there's still so much story to tell.
Yeah.
We have a wild card question for you to end things off. Can you name all the members of the Fellowship of the Ring?
Wow. What? No. Um, Fellowship of the Ring. Gandalf. That yeah. Um. Uh. The okay, what's the tower? The eye tower. That doesn't count. No, it just wanted the ring. No. Um. The Smeagol, was he technically a part of it? No, he's just a crazy guy. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. Um. Let's see. You got the short guys like the hobbits. The one that got maybe his finger gone. He lost his finger. Frodo. Frodo. Gandalf. Frodo and some other mythical creatures. How am I? 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah. 2 out of 9.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
take
Well,
it. Next
I
time, next
honestly
year.
I thought there was only 5.
Were you counting Gandalf and like the 4 Hobbit kind of people?
Yes.
Okay.
Just the OG. See, the thing is, I fondly remember watching the entire like series, like all of them, because like I my mom like at the time I was going back and forth from LA to like Santa Clarita doing auditions, and we had like this little TV, and so I would just pop in. Oh, I'll just put on this. Why not? And I'm pretty sure I watched the entire thing, but for whatever reason, it's not in there. I I don't know. I just know like when I saw Frodo get his just finger absolutely just munched on, that was kind of a traumatic moment for little 10-year-old me to watch happen. And then Smeagol just burned to
I
death. That
feel
was fun.
that. That's fair
Yeah, right.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to watch
Can,
them again at some point.
I need to. Can you name them all?
Yeah.
What
This is
the?
why I have my ring. This is the ring that came off when,
Oh,
when
see, yeah, no, I was doing from the start. I didn't even know.
this is the ring that Smeagol shoot off of Frodo's finger. Yeah, I can name them all. I won't do it now because next year we'll do it again and you'll have to know them. But did you get to win any Magic the Gathering games when you were hanging out with your co-stars?
I'd like to say yes, maybe
Okay.
one or two times. But it's really hard to remember from just how many times I got my ass kicked. I don't know. It's hard because they literally taught me, Jacob and Sholo. So having to beat the teacher as the student right now is a little difficult. Um, I did make a bet with one of their friends. His name is Tony. When I was over at their house one time, they had like an old bag of like brown celery, and I hate celery. And I was like, "Hey, Tony, let's play a game. Whoever loses has to eat the celery." And he was like, "Okay, you'll lose." I was like, "Okay, yeah, bet." I won. That's 2 out of 3. I won all 3 times. My squirrel deck is amazing. It's a token squirrel deck. It's yeah, you sacrifice squirrels. I'm getting too nerdy, but yeah, yeah. Those were the only times I think I won, and I'm glad
Season
because I didn't have
s-
to eat.
season 6 though, Gianni needs to get some more wins in there for sure.
You know what the issue is? I just haven't like committed. I need to spend my entire season 4 paycheck on one deck, and then I think maybe I'll win. I think I'll get there.
Improv is more fun though, so maybe you'll stick with that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I did my improv thing yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I was in Glendale. I might do one again maybe down the road. I gotta get back into improv. I love doing it in preparation for like seasons because it's just great to be able to throw things out. But yeah, maybe I'll stick with that. But who knows? They might kick my ass there too. I've never seen them do it, so knock on wood.
Well, a lot to look forward to for the next little while for you. Thank you so much again for taking the time to catch up. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Make sure to watch Gianni and Cobra Kai. Season 4 is out now on Netflix. Check it out, and we will see you next time.
Bye.